Hello, I am going to get Leeza and we are going to start. All right, invite. I'm really looking forward to this chat today. There we go. Invited her. Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for doing this live with me.
Yeah, thank you for agreeing to it. I'm so excited to talk with you, learn more about you and your business and your experience with Functional Women's Academy. So,
Yeah.
yeah, how's your day going so far?
So far, so good. Yeah,
Yeah.
Tuesdays are a business day for me, so it's a call day with clients. It's been super busy, but awesome. What
Yeah.
about you?
Yeah, it's been a really busy day for me too. Today was mostly kind of behind the scenes work, to be honest, but lots going on over here. So,
Always
yeah,
lots going on behind the scenes, right?
I know. Oh my gosh. I feel like I need like six people. I need like six VAs at this point is what I'm like thinking. But
Right?
but
I love that.
yeah, so today you were in the clinic because you mentioned that you work in a clinic.
Yeah, so today I
Okay.
wasn't in the clinic. Today I was at home doing stuff for my nutrition business, but I do work part-time in a little naturopathic clinic in Cloverdale here. So I do I office manage that clinic. So
Oh, okay. Very cool. Very cool. So yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself. What certification you have and who you help and how you do it. Kind of walk me through
yeah,
your
for sure.
business.
So I am a registered holistic nutritionist. I graduated from the Canadian School of Natural Nutrition. I'm also a functional hormone specialist now that I've done the Functional Women's Academy course. So that was awesome. I basically work with women, helping them to I work a lot with women actually who are wanting to come off of hormonal birth control. So I do a lot of work helping women transition off smoothly. I also have been doing a lot more work with acne recently, which has been really fun actually, because it's been something that I've struggled with as well.
Yeah.
So having a actual experience, personal experience with it has been super um, I think great for the clients as well that I've been seeing because I can relate to them on that level. And if you've ever struggled with acne, you know it really takes a toll on your self confidence and all of that as well. So
Yeah.
I work really closely with clients, yeah, coming off of hormonal birth control, acne, period problems. Um, that's basically my clientele. But I have been seeing clients now over the last 6 months, which is exciting. I graduated from the Functional Women's Academy in, I guess it was like December technically when I submitted my case study. So it's been not too long, but it's been rewarding for sure.
Yeah. So what made you choose the Functional Women's Academy?
Yeah, so to be honest, after I graduated from CSNN, I had to wait to get my results back from my board exam. And I was like very into hormones. I already knew that off the get go. That was like my favorite class in school. And so I found Ashe on Instagram and looked into her course. And it was like the deadline basically to when the course was the enrollment period was closing. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like this is perfect timing. It starts in September. I have to wait like 6 weeks or something until my board exam results come back. Like this is perfect timing. So it really just worked out. I already knew I was interested in hormones and wanted to dive deeper. And so when I found it, it was like, wow, this is perfect timing. Like what a
Yeah.
coincidence.
So in your original certification, did they go through anything with like testing, or was that something that you just learned through FWA?
Yeah, so no, we didn't do like we talked a lot about like the different tests and like how when you are wanting to have someone test their thyroid, TSH is not like the end all be all, right? But
Yeah.
we didn't go into like the exact like ranges or go through like what a Dutch test looks like. Yes, a Dutch
Oh,
test
wow.
mentioned, but not like we didn't have any training on it. So the Functional Women's Academy was definitely amazing for that.
Yeah.
As I've worked in a naturopathic clinic, though, I have been like immersed in testing and like functional tests and whatnot. But yeah, no actual formal training prior to the Functional Women's Academy, which I know is being rebranded. I think that Ashe mentioned that it was being rebranded. So if
Yes.
someone's watching this
Lots.
later.
Yeah, yeah. There's lots of new things coming with it. She's like working to change the world.
Oh my
And
gosh, she does such an amazing job. I don't know how
I
she does
know.
so much.
Me neither. Me neither. Yeah, she's amazing. So yeah, there's a lot of new things coming, I know, with FWA, and we'll let her go into that. But if anybody's interested after this in learning more about her program, you can always reach out to her directly. I know that she's very responsive. Um, so tell me about using testing. So you learned Dutch, and because I talked with Ashe a couple weeks ago on the live,
Okay.
and she
Yeah.
was talking about the Dutch test and also serum hormone testing. And
Mhm.
so, what do you find? What do you use in your practice? How do you structure that with clients? Are you always running something certain,
Yeah.
or?
So it's actually funny because so I'm in Canada. I know a lot of the legal side of things is very different, and I don't have access to like running serum labs here.
Oh, okay.
But I do like I can obviously look at clients' labs when if they've already gone for labs
Mm,
from like a naturopath or from their doctor or whatnot, and so it's interesting for me like looking at things and now that I've been through the course, like looking at why you want to look at this and this together and
hmm
all of that. In terms of Dutch testing, though, I would love to be able to use that more in my practice, but because I see a lot of women that are coming off of hormonal birth control, I
hmm
don't necessarily run that right away because they're either still on hormonal birth control or they're like just transitioning off of hormonal birth control.
hmm
But I would love to utilize that a little bit more. I think especially with like my acne clients and kind of like later on down the road after they've been off birth control for a while, because I think it can give you so much information, especially for those clients that have tried everything and
Yeah.
just nothing seems to be working for them. I think it can definitely make such a difference, and I'm so thankful that I know how to interpret them now, and I have Ashe's resources from FWA to look back on, because the test is just so comprehensive. Like I mean, it says it in the name, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm dying to get a Dutch test done on myself personally.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm one of those really tough cases, and I know I have like estrogen issues. I had
Mm,
endometriosis for like over 10 years
wow.
and but I don't have any pain anymore, which is amazing. I've been able to somehow navigate it, but I still have some of the other symptoms. And so
Mm,
I'm like, I know there's an estrogen issue and I've seen it in my serum levels, but I really want to dive deeper. I'm like dying to do a Dutch test at
I
this point.
a Dutch test for sure.
Yeah.
So much information.
Yeah, definitely. So, talk to me more about the Functional Women's Academy and kind of what I know a lot of people tend to have questions about like the time commitment for these
Mhm.
different continuing education
Yeah.
courses. So, how much time did it take you maybe on a weekly basis?
Yeah, so I think that since I did it, I think when I did it, it was 8 weeks, the course, but I think she's extended it now because there's so much material to
Hmm
get through in such a short amount of time. But I found that I could do it, and I was working full time in the clinic at that point. So I didn't find that it was too terrible for time commitment wise. And the best part is that you're like listening to a video. So if you like needed to like do it while you were doing something else, you could like listen to the video and then like go through. Each lesson has like the transcript that you can read like ahead of time if you wanted to, or if you can download the slides from the video. So
Yeah.
I think that the time commitment necessarily is too big of an issue. I didn't find it was, at least, and I was working full time while doing it. Um, yeah, I don't think the time commitment would be too terrible. I think that maybe like 4 hours for the week, maybe.
Yeah.
It depends on how much like you review it and how much you know already as well. Like what your prior training is. Having
Hmm.
training in nutrition is different than having training in like fertility awareness educating. So I know that there's a bunch of different like practitioners that take Ashe's program, take the FWA. So I think it depends, yeah, on your experience outside of this and how much you know already, and then how much you study. I don't know. In between,
Yeah, I
hormones are like
know.
a very big passion of mine. So I've like read so many books, and obviously just was fresh out of school. So for me, I didn't find it was too bad. But I know some
Yeah.
people definitely needed more time. But
Yeah.
she's
What
really
was your,
flexible as well. So like
yeah.
even I know that there were people that were still working on the course material months afterwards if they like kind of fell behind and whatnot, and she is very gracious with like her time and how long you have to like complete the final and everything like that as well.
Yeah, definitely. I know the course is so, or the academy is so much more than just testing. That's just what I tend to focus on my Test Don't Guess Instagram. But
Yeah.
I wanted to know, since you're not using, since you, I mean, you look at serum hormones, but and you aren't running as many Dutch tests as you want to be.
Mhm.
What from the program really helped your practice and made you feel really confident, with what you're doing with clients? What was kind of one of your favorite things?
Yeah, I think that, to be honest, just how much detail you're getting, like in
Mm-hmm.
school, you have your hormone course that you have like 4 or 5 lectures on. But
Mm-hmm.
hormones are so complicated, really. I mean, intertwine with so many things, and they're not a root cause, but like so many people have some sort of imbalance at some point in their life when it comes to their hormones. So I think that I was really intrigued by just how much detail there is.
Yeah.
I also love the fact that she has so many resources for you in the program as well. There's like so many different PDFs. She cites so many different sources throughout the lessons. Um, the Dutch testing was actually one of the big reasons why I took the test or took the
Mm-hmm.
academy, because I knew a lot about Dutch testing. Like we run it at my clinic all the time, like the naturopaths do, but I didn't know how to interpret it really. And I have had a Dutch test done before, and so I kind of wanted to be able to look at that and interpret it and see exactly why things were the way they were. And I think that all of the knowledge that you learn prior to the Dutch test in the academy, that's the last bit that you learn, is it all leads up to that. And so you're just set up on like such a great foundation to be able to learn about the Dutch test and how to interpret that as well. And then I actually really like that you have to put it into practice, because there's one thing that's like watching a video on how to interpret it, and then there's interpreting one.
Yeah.
And so I think that that was really helpful for me, just being able to like practically like put it into play. And yeah, I loved that about it. I think that really,
Yeah.
really intrigued me and drew me in for sure.
Yeah. So what was your experience like doing your own Dutch test? Did it give you information that like blew your mind?
So, I mean, I feel like I'm also one of those cases where I feel like I do a lot of things and I don't see results for certain things.
Yeah.
And so, or like I know this about myself. Like I know that my progesterone is on the lower end and whatnot. And so, yeah, doing the test and seeing my results, I'm like, yeah, okay, this confirms this. But it's really interesting to see, because you think like, okay, you have like estrogen dominance or whatnot, where your estrogen and your progesterone, like there's an imbalance, whether that be your estrogen is actually high and your progesterone is low, or your estrogen is normal and your progesterone is low. It gives you so much information too. Like, how are you breaking down your estrogen? How is your body metabolizing it? And what pathways is it going down? Like, there's protective pathways, there's not so great pathways. And so I think it's really eye-opening to do the test and learn all this stuff that's going on in your body and that you don't even realize, right? So
Yeah, it's so complicated. It's
so
amazing. And it's mind-boggling to me that the conventional medical world isn't using this stuff, like these amazing tests. It
I have
just,
had clients where they actually get given like a serum test to test for like estradiol and progesterone, and but they're not told when to go. So
when I
so
know.
so that's another thing. It's like, oh, we're giving it to you, but
Yeah,
we're not telling you when to go. So when you do go, the results are like, this is useless. Like
exactly.
I'm not going when I need to go to even like see results, and
Right.
that's frustrating as well. So
Yeah. I learned that early in my own health journey to ask for like certain, like, can I do this lab on a certain day? And I remember my doctor being like, why would you, like, what are you looking for?
yeah,
Because I don't even remember what books I was reading. But now, even when I'm not trained in serum hormone testing, but I feel like I have a good understanding just from my own experience. And I'll look at like a friend's lab or something. And I'm like, well, what day of your cycle were you on when they did this lab? And she's like, I have no idea. It's like,
uh,
then how are we supposed to know? Like, your cycle is, it's going to go in phases. You're going to have times where your estrogen's super high and times where it's lower. And the fact that her, like this specific person I'm thinking of, her doctor just looked at him and was like, you're fine. Everything's like in the normal range. It's like,
right.
no,
Or even like
no.
listen, like fasting insulin for PCOS and whatnot. Like they just test the fasting glucose and that's it. And
Yeah.
that's like
Like we're not getting the information that we actually need. I mean,
yeah,
the TSH and the thyroid is like a whole other
that's
story
a
with
whole
that. But
yeah.
it's like I've said this before, but I'm like, I don't know what they're being trained to do. Like the
Yeah.
doctor, like
Well, I mean,
I don't
like
understand.
yeah, they are so general as well, right? Like they've got
Yeah,
to know so much about so many different things that it's impossible to be able to like specialize in one thing as like a family practitioner, really.
sure. Sure. Yeah. But like for the love of God, please run a full thyroid panel
Yeah,
instead of the TSH, no matter what.
yeah.
There
It's
is
a
no
zero.
circumstance
Like
where
it's
I think a
not even
TSH is
thyroid.
necessary.
It's just testing the pituitary. But yeah,
Right.
okay.
Like we're not even learning about the thyroid here. Like
Yeah,
doesn't make any sense. So anyway, that's a side tangent.
totally.
But yeah. But I'm trying to think if there was anything else I had a few other questions. Let me look. How do you feel like going through the FWA like helped your business specifically?
Yeah, so I think that because I was just starting out, I really lacked confidence. I was
Mm,
like so nervous when it came to like actually talking with clients and being like a specialist in something, really, like knowing being an expert in an area. And so I was nervous that talking to clients they would have some sort of issue and I would have absolutely no idea what's going on. But I truly feel like after I did FWA I have so much more confidence when it comes to all things hormone health. Like I could talk for hours about that because I just feel like I've learned so much and you have so many resources going forward to like reference and look back on as well, which is so helpful. Anytime
hmm
having some sort of a complicated case, I'm like, you know what, I do remember seeing something about this in FWA and I have my binder and all of that sort of stuff. I just go back in and look at it and yeah, it definitely gave me a lot of confidence.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. What are your plans like for the future? What are you hoping to accomplish in the next couple of years?
Yeah, so right now I'm so excited. I'm kind of like in between niches a little bit. Like at first I was really, really focusing on like menstrual cycle health, which is a passion of mine. I love it, but I've had so many people reach out in terms of like post-pill acne and acne. And so I'm kind of transitioning into working with more acne clients, which is exciting. So I'm actually launching an ebook soon, well, next month or two, and it's all about how to transition off of hormonal birth control with ease, which is exciting. Because
Mm-hmm.
I get DMs about this all the time. What foods should I be eating? What supplements should I be taking? And
Mm-hmm.
I just want to put all this information into an ebook for people so it's easily accessible. But I am seeing clients one-on-one. I do see them for a 3-month program where we can work on all things hormone health and coming off birth control, acne, periods, all of that stuff, which is exciting. Non-business related, I just booked a trip to Greece and Italy in the summertime.
What?
I'm so excited for that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
But
really
yeah,
fun. For
goal is
for
just,
this summer?
yeah, for this summer in July.
Nice.
So I got married in May of 2020, so it was kind of a COVID wedding. Well, it was a COVID wedding. It wasn't
Yeah.
planned to be a COVID wedding, but it
Yeah.
happened. So it's kind of like a long-awaited honeymoon as well, but we're going with
Yeah.
like our friends as well, so it's going to be really fun.
So fun. That's so fun. Yeah, I had a baby in May of 2020.
Okay, well, congrats.
So I had a COVID baby that was not expected to be a COVID
Oh,
baby for sure.
oh gosh,
So
so fun.
yeah.
But
So, well, I am just so thankful that you took the time to talk with me today. Is there anything else you wanted to go over? Is there anything I didn't ask you that you were kind of hoping to talk
yeah.
about?
To be honest, I don't think so. I think we kind of touched on everything. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a program. It really is. It's super in depth. She even has a like membership for when you're done if you wanted to join that as well. And I'm a part of that. It's
Oh, nice.
so many amazing resources if you ever have any like issues with like a client case that you can't
Mm,
out. Like there's support in there, and it's lots of guest speakers and stuff every month. And yeah, I'm
nice.
and it's lots of information. I love
Yeah.
learning. Like I'm just like a lifelong learner. So
Yeah. Oh my gosh, join the club. I feel like we all are. Everybody that gets into this field, I mean, we all got here for a reason and we all pretty much like researched our way into what we're doing, where we're like, there's more out there than what I've been told. And
totally.
I just have this like constant hunger for knowledge of like,
You learn one thing and then you're like, oh my gosh, and then it's like dive into this, and then
yeah.
the cycle continues.
Yep, absolutely. Well, it's so wonderful to connect with you. I hope to, connect with you again in the future, but thank you so much for spending time with me this evening.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Yep, I'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good.
All right,
Bye.
bye.